Alright, man. It's your boy T-Lew, man. It's top five receivers in the league right now. Now, this is just my opinion, who I would grab. You know what I mean? I don't like. Let's first of all let's start with saying this. I don't like doing when a guy has one good breakout year and then just putting him in the top five. Like, okay, I don't like doing that because that's like I'm gonna tell you right now, Tyreek Hill. I'm not putting him in my top five just because he was good. You know what I mean? He was a good gadget guy last year. This year he's basically like one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Guys in the league, just explosive play wise, and he's turned himself into a great receiver too. You know what I'm saying? Not just a specialist, but I feel like I'm gonna go. First of all, AB's the best in the game to do it right now. My guy, I don't give a damn what y'all got to say about him. Skill wise, that guy, you just gotta think. You gotta realize how his touchdowns, his receiving yards might have went down. You know what I mean? Cause you know what I'm saying. Juju Schuster's with him, and he got a little bit more yards than him in receptions, but his touchdowns went up. And I'm a big touchdown guy when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the receiver position, especially the receiver position. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really like running backs. Like, running backs, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have 20, 30 touchdowns. You can have, 1,800 yards and like 12 touchdowns and still be, you know what I'm saying, considered one of the best in the league. But, it's so hard at times, man, because it's just such great athleticism on the edges. You know what I'm saying? On the edges and in the slots, and you got guys. You know what I mean? I know the offense is usually at advantage, but there's some great defensive backs in the league right now, and I think if you're able to score 8+ touchdowns in the league, I think you're good. I mean, I know it's a passing league, but not. If you look around me, not everybody's getting in. Not everybody gets in double-digit touchdowns. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say if you getting that double-digit touchdown mark, you doing something. So I think AB just consistently just shows you, man. He get double, damn triple bracketed, and he's still coming out. Nigga had like 14 tubs this year. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's like right on the money, but I know he definitely had at least 12+ touchdowns. He was in the double digits. It was like mid double digits, and that's touchdowns, and that means, you know what I'm saying, he's having a big impact in the game. That's points on the board, not just yards. Because sometimes when guys are scoring or guys are catching passes, sometimes a receiver might have 9 for $108, but I mean, in that game he might have he might that might have been empty calories. You know what I'm saying? He might have not had the impact it might have looked statistically, because they might have just came at the end of the game. You never know. You know what I'm saying? They might have came at a certain point in the game where it really, didn't matter as much. It could have, but it couldn't have. You know what I'm saying? I know when a guy usually, more than not, when a guy, you know what I'm saying, scores a touchdown or two, he's had a big impact in that game. So, I mean, with a guy having double-digit touchdowns, for a guy to have, 12, 14 touchdowns, that means you can count on him scoring at least 7, you know what I'm saying, 6 points a game by himself. That's like penciled in. So you don't have to work, you know what I mean? You can just like, that's hard to come by. You can say it just a guy's just penciled in for at least a touchdown a game, or you know what I mean, or close to it. Um, so AB's my first. Now I'm gonna stick. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Guys then jumped off his bandwagon a little bit because he been hurt, but I will tell you, before he got hurt, Odell, he's still that man. He's still that man. Man, still crisp route running. You know what I'm saying? Great hands, quick dude, makes big boy catches in traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, he makes plays. You know what I'm saying? He's explosive. He's a threat to make a house call every time he gets the ball. So, and I think, you know just consistency wise with him being healthy is the thing, but I think he is healthy. I think that he could have played the last 3 or 4 games. He just didn't. You know what I mean? Like they just held him out because, of course, why the hell you might as well just let him get 100% healthy going into next season. There's no use to, you know, getting hurt for some. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, empty yards and probably empty touchdowns because they weren't going nowhere anyway. But still, I would take Odell just because his skill set. Coming off that injury, it looked like he was even quicker, faster. It just looked like he was, you know what I mean? He was coming into his own. It just couldn't get it together on that sorry ass team. So I give Odell number 2. Now here's where I'm kind of debating in my mind, but I'm gonna go. Man, I don't know, man. I wanna go D Hop over Mike Thomas just because of longevity. But man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna take D Hop. I'm gonna take D Hop because a big part of me of my you know what I mean analysis of receivers also is the catch to drop ratio, and that's crazy. When you can go that many, man, I gotta get the stat. I gotta get the stat. I just seen it the other day, and I've seen it earlier, but I seen it the other day. Man, the streak of catching passes without a drop, man, that speaks wonders because that's the position. That's the main objective of the position is to catch the football, and if you can catch it at a high 90% rate to damn near 100% rate wherever, because you getting balls. You know what I mean? You can say that 15 to 20% of the ball that he's caught probably wasn't even meant for him to catch, but he caught him anyway, and that's a large percentage. So I'm gonna go with D Hop, and he gets in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? He plays, but you know what I'm saying, big receiver, strong, plays bully ball, runs good routes, and he's just a big playmaker, man. And I think he's been consistent ever since he's gotten in the league, and he hasn't, he's just stayed on his great. You know what I'm saying? I would say he's on the Hall of Fame mark right now, just because of just the consistency. He's always up. You know what I'm saying? Hovering around that 100 reception rate every year. So I want to say D Hop 3. Mike Thomas is coming though. I'm gonna put him at 4. You already know him coming into the league. He's uh, I know the first few years he set the record for receptions, and I think last year really guys because I noticed them. I noticed them actually. I would say his second year in the league. I think he was coming in, and I was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I was seeing flashes, and now he's just playing with all time confidence right now, and I feel like as more confident as he gets, the more unstoppable he actually is. He's not real fast or quick, but he's a you know what I'm saying? He's a bigger, stronger guy. He runs great routes, great with his hands. He knows how to use his body. He boxes out the defenders real well on traffic catches and you know what I'm saying contested catches. And when he sees it, he goes and gets it. He has great hands. I've rarely ever seen him drop the ball. I think what I like about Mike Thomas, and I'm ready to see him, or I'm just like excited to see him ascend, is because of his dog. Like you can't teach that, man. That nigga's a dog. Like he's a dog. So he's just a problem. His you know what I'm saying? His mentality gonna make him a problem along with the skill set. He's just gonna keep getting better and better. And I think him, and then of course, I got Julio, and the reason I know some people gonna have some problems with Julio being on my fifth, that's because aside from this year, the last few years, his touchdown his touchdowns really haven't been to where I feel like a guy of his athleticism and his skill set should be. I feel like his touchdowns should be a little bit up there. He should have at least 10 to 12 touchdowns a year, and man, he just hasn't been doing that for the last few years. His receiving yards crazy. Of course, he's always going to be up there in the receiving yards, and of course, even with missing a couple games here and there, he's still going. He's going to have some monster games, but I don't think he impacts that Atlanta Falcons team as much as people would think, because I feel like if he did, they win more games. You know what I mean? Like, you can actually see when Odell's playing at his best, Giants win more games. I don't think, it's just like a toss up. If Julio Jones plays good, they might still lose. I've seen it. You know what I mean? Same thing with the Giants, but the Falcons have a better core. They have Matt Ryan, who actually played really well this year, and people don't want to give him any credit, but he actually played really well. And he has a complimentary guy, Mohamed Sanu. He has guys, you know what I mean? He has guys on that team. And now he just got a big, guy from Bama that can stretch the field. Now he should still be feeling feeling those one-on-one coverages. And I mean, he's been beating them, but I feel like his touchdowns went up this year, but I'll see what he does next year. But he's gonna be top 5 for now. So I want to see what y'all think about my top 5, my list, and just comment on what y'all think and who y'all got in y'all top 5 today.